Well, this is my first time replacing a roof. This is actually my first time doing anything with a roof, okay? I'm not the person to call when you have a leak. Until now. I'm Kelly Johnley, this is Bajan Renovation, and we are raising a roof. Now, throughout this process, I've realized that whether you are replacing a whole roof structure, repairing a section of it, or trying to get rid of that niggling leak, there's some things we should all know about the roof above our heads. Let's get into it. Does this space look a little familiar? It should. Remember I mentioned that a few things are happening at the same time. So on the site now, there's a lot of action. My part of the project is making sure that the materials get to the house, or at least some of the materials get to the house right on time. Now, we are back at Barbados Steelworks. The last time I came here, I really just wanted to do a quick look around to see if they had everything that I needed, because as much as I'm enjoying this renovation process, trust and believe, my idea of a good time is not driving all over the place trying to gather these materials. So I was very happy to know once I sent in my list that they did have everything. So today we are going to be going between the site and the store. Now on the site, as we speak, they are removing the last of the beams on the roof. When I thought there was nothing left to remove, the house is even more bare than I could imagine. They are removing the beams, the scaffolding is coming in because the formwork is going to start. Remember we spoke about that. And they're literally clearing out the space because the new materials have to go somewhere. Now, as for the new materials, I'm very happy to say that I found all of them here. I'm going to tell you what I'm getting and I'm going to take you through the process, because whether you are repairing your entire roof structure or you just need to know what to get, this process has been really helpful to me and I believe it would be helpful to you. Now I know my limitations. Y'all really didn't think that I was going to take you through the process of buying and installing a roof by myself. Noting, I'm going to speak to an expert. I was told to speak to Rosita. Rosita, we are busting the corner to you. Everybody, this is Rosita.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, welcome to Bajan Renovation. And we are here to find out a bit more about roofing. Can you tell me what's going on in this aisle?
Hi, Kelly. Well, this would be our roofing aisle here, which you can get from nails to screws and everything in between.
I didn't know they had so many nails in Barbados.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about these ones down here. I do remember my contractor saying that there are screws that have seals and you need to be mindful that you get the correct nails for the roof. Tell me a bit about that.
Okay, well, screws here, which we would have, we carry the long ones, which would be this type here, and this type here, which would be called the wood grip screw. The wood grip screw is 1.5 inches, and the reason I call it wood grip is because it comes from through the roofing and it goes into the wood.
Okay.
Yes, and if you didn't know that, you know that now.
We know things. We like to learn things.
Yes, and then the shorter one here, which would be called the stitching screw.
Okay.
The stitching screw would be the screw that you mend back the sheet together, where the sheet would come to overlap.
Okay.
So where the sheet overlaps, that's where you put the stitching screw in between to fasten it so that you won't have any leaks in your roof.
So when my contractor sent me a list for all these different types of screws and nails, he needed all.
He needed all.
Okay. Let me make sure that I got all.
Well, make sure that you have all.
All right. Now this caught my eye because I may not know about installing a roof, but I have had my share of leaks. And I was really happy to see that all of these things were here. I assume that they're very popular during hurricane season.
Yes, they are. And hurricane season is fast upon us and fastly approaching. And this would be our roof patch, our roof sealants, and our roof sprays and everything that we carry here in this section.
Well, we are all very happy to know this because, as I've been saying, you may not be replacing a whole roof, but you may need to fix one. But I saw something that we speak about a lot, right? Hurricane season and hurricane straps.
Right.
I don't know why my listener had on the straps, but I will make sure they are on. And what was interesting, guys, right, is that all the parts for these straps are here, and there was nothing more than $10. Now, I say that to say, a roof will cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And we know in Barbados, it does not take a hurricane to take off a roof. So please, as far as it depends on you, make sure that you have hurricane straps and you can actually find them here. I will make sure that I get mine. Don't mind certain people and put them on the list. I will make sure that I get my hurricane straps.
Well, you do that.
Now, I felt really fussy. I went to my trainer earlier in the week, and you could tell me a bit about this, but she was getting some roof work done. And I saw this going in, and you know me, now having a conversation with her contractor because I'm now informed. Please tell the people what we are looking at.
Okay, well, we would be here in the section which would be also accessories for the roof. So this one here, which would call the filler block. This would be for the profile, which we would also call, some people back in the day would still call it galvanized, but we call it corrugated here. So this foam goes underneath the roof so that any bats or any critters, whatever, wouldn't be able to get into your house.
Very important, and because I learned a word, this is the corrugated one, and this is the U-panel one.
U-panel, correct. And also in U-panel, U-panel, this one, they have one for the bottom, so that the bats won't be able to get in from the bottom, and then they also have one for the top, which will go to the ridge cap. And then some people prefer not to use the one for the ridge cap, so then some people prefer the additional support, which would be the foam filler, which is much thicker, which comes in 6 feet long, which will be double the length of the sheets. So this will be able to carry, or this will be able to go under 2 sheets instead of 1.
Rosita, you know a lot of things. You can come and host the show. Tell me now. I saw something that I actually did know, guttering. And I know that I do have guttering on my list. So we're getting the materials for guttering here. I also heard my contractor speaking about tape seal. Yes, so trust me, you know, when I saw it, I was like, I know what tape seal is because I went down to Barbados Steelworks.
Yes, and we also have the tape seal here. And for those who may not know what tape seal is, or maybe if you have a contractor and your contractor, he's skipping parts of your roof, tape seal is very, very essential. Because tape seal would be when the sheets go on, you're supposed to place it in between the sheets so that the mastic can bind together the sheets, and that's where the stitching screws would come into place to finalize the bonding of the sheets.
I can't wait till my contractor ask me something and tell me something about my roof, right? I gonna sound like Rosita.
Yes, Kelly.
So this is the start of the process. I wanted to show you some of the things that I am getting, but purchasing a roof is not like purchasing bread. I sent in my list, right? And I got my quotations done. I want to show you all what that space looks like, because what I really liked is how comfortable it was. You know, I had built up in my head that this was going to be some traumatic experience, but so far so good.
Correct.
So come with me to customer service and let us go through the actual purchasing process so that you will know what I did. And if you want to follow the same process, you realize it's pretty easy to do as well. Welcome to customer service. I'm telling you, welcome like in here belongs to me. The process for requesting the materials is fairly simple. You or your contractor can send in a request for the materials. What will then happen is that you're going to get a quotation. Denise did mine for me. You can then decide if you want to proceed to purchase, or you can come in and have a discussion. As you can see, we're pretty close to where most of the materials are coming from. So if you have any questions, if you want to get a look and feel, now is a good time to ask or to be shown the items, or to just field any questions you may have. You can even organize delivery, which is what we are doing today. So Denise, you have sorted me out.
Yes, please.
Now I know what y'all want to know. How much your roof costs. Also gypsum. It's $17,300 for all of the roofing materials. I don't know if you think that's a lot or a little. To be honest, it's very much in line with my expectations and pretty close to what the contractor told me it would cost. So he clearly had his eye on the money when he did this. So he gets a gold star for that. So I will review this. I do have a sense of what some of these things are, but just remember that your equipment, your materials are going to be proportionate often to the size of the property that you have. A roof is one of the bigger investments you will make, so I will encourage you to pay attention to this process. On our Instagram page and on our Facebook page, I do have a post which speaks to things you should know about your roof. I encourage you to read through it. It is very simple. And save it, because the truth is at some point you may need to refer to the material and you'll feel a lot more comfortable and more confident when you have to start this process. All right, guys, we have a quotation. I have settled up with the people. Now, because we're here together, I asked them if we could take a look around. So come with me, and I have something very interesting to show you at the end. So we have a lumber yard. And what's great about the lumberyard being here is that the material will actually be cut to length as needed. A real one-stop experience. I hope y'all are as fully invested in this roofing process as I am, okay? Because you know full well you never see all of this before. I was told in here it was going to be warm, but it is completely worth it. This is now officially Bajan HGTV, okay? We are in the galvanized bond at Barbados Steelworks, and they are very kindly going to show us the panels that we ordered being made. And something you should know, because I did ask, depending on the size of your order, you can get your panels and all your materials same day. I told them to hold mine until next week because remember, our farm work is going up, but I must tell you, coming down here feels like a full flex. Let us see our pretty things. Let us see the excitement. Well, we had a full outing. I actually learned quite a bit and I hope you did also. So until next time, this is Kelly Johnley from Bajan HGTV. Sorry, Bajan Renovation. See y'all next time.